Good evening. First, new friends. I wanted to hop on here because this has been on my mind and my spirit for a couple of days. Relationships, and let's talk about a thing that we don't think about in relationships. When we are with another person, let me on the statement. I learned that I was only thinking about the feeling of the relationship, but there is, when you're in a relationship and you're in love, you have to ask yourself this question: when you're in a relationship, or is the person hands willing to work with you, willing to walk with you, and willing to carry you? Not saying carry you in terms of like you're not going to do any work, but when things get hard, carry, embrace, uplift you, remind you of who you are when you may have a bad day, or when things come. Because I realized in learning that not everybody's hands are strong enough to hold you, and not everybody's hands are willing to hold you. We don't also think about this thing that a relationship is an environment. Let me hit this light string. Let me hit this heartstring. Relationships are environments, because sometimes we just think the place and space that we are in is an environment, but people are our environment. So, is our environment conducive to our growth? Because I learned that in time that the relationships that I were in were not necessarily conducive to my growth because of where they were at in space within themselves. And that's also what we have to look at is the maturity level of relationships. Like, are we mature enough to be in a relationship? And there's a lot of things in maturity that I mean, like, are we really honest with ourselves? Are we really healed with ourselves to move on? Are we honest with each other about the scars that we have and the baggage that we carry? Like, are we mature enough to help each other unbox and unpack? And I don't, and I realized that I never, well, let me not say never. The only relationship I had that was safe enough for me to really truly unpack was my first boyfriend. This past two relationships, I realized that I didn't take the time to really listen to what they were coming out of in the timing in which they came out of these relationships, and did not ask the questions: are you prepared, and are you ready to be in this relationship with me? And those are things that I never asked, and that's part of maturity, is that recognizing, are you a safe space and a safe place to allow the person that you want to be with to come as they are, and are you willing to grow and help each other see the best parts of that each other? Seasonal people. A lot of times, let me own this statement because I'm not going to try to put anything else, but I'm just going to say this. A lot of times, we try to make permanent of seasonal and temporary people. What do I mean by that? You really do. I learned that I try to make something work when it wasn't supposed to be a forever thing. So that's the other thing. Like, ask yourself, are we trying to make permanent relationships that were only meant to be a lesson? That'd be a question. The other thing that I was thinking about when I was having these conversations and just journaling, because this morning was very hard for me because I was reading and something just hit my heart and the faucet started flowing. And the other thing is paying attention to what people will tell you what they will do and what they want to do and what they're going to do. Let me give an example. This past relationship that I walked out of, that he kept saying, I'm not able to give you what you need. Okay. And in my mind, and I'm like, why didn't you tell me this when we when we were talking about dating? I'm not able to give you what you need. I can't get you what you need. You deserve, right? So at that point, when you hear, I'm not able and you deserve, believe it, right? And then you have to move. Because sometimes, let me own this statement, because I see we can work through this, and it's not working through. The person is comfortable where they're at because A, you're doing the work, but B, because you're doing the work, and C, that they don't want to do the work. So if they're telling you, I'm not able to give you what you want, and I'm not capable of giving you what you want, and you deserve, cut it. Don't do what I did and stay thinking that the person was going to change, and give time for the things to change, and they don't, because those are the words they speak, and that's what they want. Seeds. We don't realize that we are seeds. And when we go into a relationship, we as seeds go into soil. I heard this thing that said, seeds are cheap, soil is expensive. Be careful where you plant your seeds, and make sure you plant your seeds in healthy soil. So, if you want the relationship to grow, you got to make sure you as a seed is in healthy soil, not with just a person, but you're in healthy soil within yourself. So you can be in healthy soil with the person you want to be in a relationship with, or you are in a relationship with. Because a lot of people think love is a thing. Love is not a thing. Love is an action. And listening to and seeing and observing, I feel as though people forget that love is an action, because once we get what we want, we stop doing the necessary work. And love is a constant tilling. So love is a constant tilling. So if you have a constant tilling, it's gonna hurt. It's not intentional hurt. It's hurting because you're realizing the roots of certain things that is causing certain things that has caused death, or has stalled growth and caused stagnancy, right? Love is a constant tilling. And love is the question, do you love me enough to fight me? Not physically fight, like angry fight, but get me out of my way so you can truly see me and see the root of me. Because a lot of times we have wall and and walls in terms of baggage, walls in terms of things like scars, hurts, and things like that. But are you willing to, toe with me to get through all the bedrock of the baggage of the hurt, so we can till and we can grow? That's healthy soil. And love is the action of tilling, so you have the healthy soil where seeds of love, joy, and peace, and patience can sprout, right? So that is what was on my mind today. And it stemmed from 2 conversations. But those are some of the things that, just some food for thought on a Thursday, Not everybody's hands are capable of holding you in the totality of you. Not everybody is mature enough to be in a relationship with you. Seeds are cheap, soil is expensive, so make sure you plant your seeds in healthy soil. And love is tilling. Love is going to, at times, hurt because you're going to dig up some things that need to be dug up so you can grow, right? Remove it, and so you can grow. That's pretty much all I have. So I know it's a late one, but as as I write, as I read, and as I give myself the freedom to grow through emotions and allow myself to go through the emotions, I learned a lot that I sat on, and I learned a lot about what I settled on and what I've allowed. So today was one of those writing days that I wanted to share. So I hope everybody has a blessed evening, and think about yourself as a seed. In the soil is the person that you're dating or you're in a relationship with, or are you as a seed in healthy soil? Something to think about. Hope everybody has a blessed evening. See you on Soulful Sunday. And have a good night.